So this does not contain any politics. I just wanted to, well, describe my experience so far with COVID-19. I went to the emergency room last night. They checked me out and sent me home. So I'm one of the lucky ones so far. And I just wanted to say what happened. About 3 days ago, I developed a very slight head cold in that I could feel behind my ears that my head was getting a little bit stuffed up. And there did not seem to be any other symptoms at all besides that. Yeah, I know about the symptoms they talk about, and none of that seemed to be happening. I seemed to be just fine right up until yesterday evening actually, when after supper I started to feel a tightness or pressure in my chest, the right side of my chest, not over my heart. Because of everything that has been going on, well, I got concerned. My workplace has one of those medical advice phone numbers to call. And I called and described the situation. They asked, are you feverish? No. Are you having trouble breathing? No. Are you having chest pains? I said, well, I'm having some slight pressure in my chest. Are you coughing? And I had to say yes. I've had this little nagging cough for about a month, which again is a cold. That's not what you're getting from this. So between those two, they said that, well, we feel we can't take any chances and we want you to go to the emergency room and be checked out. And I said, what, now? Yes, now. But it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And they said, do it now. So I took their advice. They also said because of potential breathing problems and also because of liability, they recommended I do not drive. So I called a local cab company to explain the situation, and they refused to take me. Also because of liability issues, and I certainly understand that. I'm not mad at the cab company. So I had no choice but to drive, and I felt fine otherwise. I got to the hospital, walked into the emergency room. The first thing I did was stand at the door, gestured, but I need a mask. They gave me a mask. I explained the situation, and they immediately accepted me and took me to a room in the ER where they said I would be tested, just to be safe. And so they did all the usual stuff. You go to the emergency room these days. It's standard procedure to put an IV in your arm or your hands, and that's what they did. Dressed me up in that hospital robe. It didn't take long either. Obviously, they are considering this to be a very serious situation, so they didn't waste time. Let me see. So the actual COVID-19 test is they take this very, very long swab and stick it, you have to say and they stick it so far in the back of your throat that yes, you do gag. It's hard to keep, it's impossible not to gag. Then they take a second swab and stick it up both of your nostrils, all so far up your sinuses that it hurts. And I understand, again, there's no choice from this because nobody really knows what it is. And so, again, I understand that. No, I didn't bleed, fortunately. They also said that they were going to do some blood work. They took some blood from the IV, at least. And we're going to have that sent in for testing. They checked all my other signs, took an X-ray, took an EKG, or checked my heart, blood pressure, all the usual stuff. And after about an hour or so, well, as I said, I was one of the lucky ones. They decided that everything seemed fine. And so they told me I could go home. As for the blood work, though, they are actually having that sent to be tested, and they said it would probably take a few days to get the results. Today is Tuesday morning, and they gave me a number to call so that if I don't hear anything, if they don't call me by Friday, I should call and find out what the results are. I understand there are a lot of people, unfortunately, who have had much worse luck in this situation than I have. And for that, I can only offer all of you, well, my best wishes and hopes. And I do hope we all get through this together. I just wanted to share the situation and explain what it's like to be tested. Good luck, everyone, and please keep safe.